All right, guys, welcome back. So let's have a look at NVIDIA. So it's been quite some time since we have looked at this name. So today so far 1.8%, closed it around for 142. And yesterday looks like they paid a penny dividend. So if we zoom out a little bit more to the daily chart, so this is the area of last time when they reported. We were talking about that the stock could get smacked no matter what they report. Pretty decent profit taking. Pretty decent move up, and then last 2 days, I mean, it was just having a indecision candle right here, and today a little bit of a sell-off. So, but this 149 is your resistance from here to the upside if you are bullish. So far, let's take a look at the moving averages. Stock at the moment above 200-day moving average, above 50-day, and looks like today it managed to close above its 5-day moving average. You can see this gray line on my chart represents 5-day SMA. It's uptrending, so we still have an uptrend for this name. Can it break out into the year end and probably maybe push towards 150, 155, 160? That's what a lot of people are speculating on this one, where people think that it's going to close the year with a bang and it will contribute to Christmas rally. We will see. Market is already at its all-time highs with or without NVIDIA. It is still pushing thanks to other large caps. You can see SPY, S&P 500, pretty record close again, I guess, today, which is almost 6,100, almost. We didn't get back above it, but we closed right off of it, and another record close for the year. I think it's like 47 consecutive days of record highs for the year, this year in 2024 for S&P 500. So NVIDIA, let's take a look at one thing right here before we jump into the option activity, which is very option driven stock. I mean, if you take a look at the unusual volume, yes, it's probably a little bit off the radars where everybody was focused on a little bit more with the crypto stuff and Tesla, but it still trades with the highest volume. You can see it on the chart. I mean, on a most actively traded option, I mean, market makers, big money, still milking the premium, okay? 4.2 million. Tesla came very close today because it was squeezing pretty crazy. 3.2 million, very, very large volume for Tesla. It hasn't traded with this much of a option activity in a while. Put to call ratio, 63% calls for NVIDIA, 37% puts. So let me take a look at it. Okay, since we're talking about options, let's take a look at the option activity, and then I'll show you a bit more. So far today, yes, 2.7 million calls traded, 1.5 million puts traded. If you take a look at the put to call ratio and like deltas that are being traded, 36% of the calls, pretty much 0 to 20. Those are sells. I have no doubt about those. And even puts, 48% of the puts, those are pretty much sells as well. People are trying to collect premium. And let's just dive into individual contracts, and then we'll talk about the chart again. So short term, probably someone is doing very large spread. It could be bullish spread. 147 purchased, 152 sold, which is for next week. And it's 20,000 contracts. Pretty big. I'm seeing for February, 130 put, January 126 put, January 160 put, September $80 put, $100 put, spread, probably long-term put play or hedge play. But there's also January 170 call, January 170 call, could be sells because it's pretty far outside of the money, which is implying that the stock could move 30%, 25% or so by the end of 17th January 2025, which is, we don't have much of a time left. But there's also December 200, could be very maybe called, purchased, or bought. Again, hard to tell by individual orders. I'm not seeing people particularly coming and attacking one certain price, or you might think that there's going to be a bullish move. I don't see anybody just coming and buying one strike, ultra short dated. to support that idea of that the stock being ultra short-term bullish and ultra short-term that it's going to break out. Maybe it will happen as price pushes higher and it will attract more option naked buyers to the upside. But so far what I'm seeing is just basically people taking advantage of the premium again. So if I switch to weekly chart, here's what's going on. I'm gonna increase this volume bar a little bit more, hide this one. So after this peak of 140 in about July or so, right, June, do you see the decline in volume while stocks started melting up? It could be less and less demand at these levels for Nvidia. That's why it could be losing a little bit of a momentum. Of course, right here it has moved pretty nicely, but the theme is this is a weekly chart again, okay? Every single week volume has been declining from its average, because if I zoom out a little bit more and show you this chart where you can see where we were trading on a weekly basis, on average we were pretty much trading to, again, these numbers are billions, okay? Billions per week volume. High 3 billion, lowest 2 billion. So far, last 4 or 5 weeks, we have dropped to actually even 6 weeks. All this level right here. All this level. We're going into the earnings of the Nvidia. I mean, algos absolutely know all this, and they were basically pumping, selling the premium. And I was even making a video saying that IV crush. This is what I mean. Like, people buy, naked buyers. I mean, I'm a naked buyer too when I trade, but those people get sucked. But they are milking the premium by, I mean, when volume goes down, when momentum slows down, implied volatility crushes, and stocks range basically gets tighter. It moves with a tighter range. So very well, maybe this stock will finish the year in this range. How many weeks we have? 3 weeks. 3 more weeks we have. One pretty big option expiration we have, and probably can sit until then. And then we have we might have a breakout after January 20th where we're going to have even lower volume, where we might have 1 week of a Christmas rally melt up where it can just push a little bit and help and maybe break out that 149.50. This is the resistance I'm watching for the stock. To the downside, I'm watching the 50-day moving average as a possible area of support, which is at the moment 138. So this yellow line on my chart. So below that, I don't think we're going to go too much far this year, but January, you got to be careful. January for profit takers, people who want to defer their taxes into 2026 by locking in the gains very early on in January and moving on to something else, or basically taking profits. It's still sitting at its highs, and I'm pretty sure, 99% sure basically, in January, February, you will see more people take profit, okay? But this is my observation for Nvidia. This is what I'm watching. Can it ultra short-term breakout? Possible, probable, but I'm going to be waiting for December 18th, where we're going to have a Jerome Powell and we're going to have a Fed rate cut. Probably we'll get 25 basis points, because market is implying 85% probability of 25 basis point rate cut. So that's the chart. These are the things I'm watching for this name. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe if you would like, and see you in the next one. Peace.